After 73 days of pedaling their tandem bike over mountains and down valleys, 28-year-old Tim and his 26-year-old friend Matt Smith were glad when the journey finally came to an end here at the district officer's office in Kibera.
And it was really quite eye-opening, but at the same time it was really difficult having to adjust to new weather. I mean, most of the time it's quite slow, but particularly coming across from Europe, across the Mediterranean to Egypt, where it's suddenly really hot.
Their journey began in London on a chilly morning in June 2011. The pair planned to go through 17 countries over the next 75 days, and in that time they got the chance to experience different cultures and appreciate how diverse the world can be in terms of people, food and infrastructure.
We started on the 3rd of June in Woking and cycled to the coast, where we got a ferry across to Dunkirk in France.
Yep. And then we headed through Belgium, Holland, Germany,
down through Slovakia, Hungary, Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria,
onto Turkey. Then we went down to the south of Turkey to get another ferry to Cyprus.
We went
in the Mediterranean.
Then we went to Egypt and cycled through the south of Egypt, got a ferry across Lake Nasser to Sudan, and through Sudan to Ethiopia.
And then finally on to Kenya, crossing at the Moyale border.
Born and bred in England, understandably the pair found African climate, food and terrain to be the biggest challenge in their trip.
I've personally found Sudan very difficult because of the heat and food.
And Ethiopia, there was one morning where we got completely soaked. We had no wet weather gear because it was stolen, and we were going down some pretty big hills, so it was the wind just chills you, and we got so unbelievably cold and ended up in a chai shop, in a tea shop, taking off all our clothes and crawling into our sleeping bags.
The two were set on raising £13,000, and so far they have managed to raise £10,000 or 1.5 million shillings. One of the pair's major finances was Visa. The company, which facilitates electronic fund transfer throughout the world, facilitated their trip through the different countries and donated £5,000 or 800,000 shillings to the cause. The 1.5 million shillings collected will go into building houses on 1-acre farms in Kinangop for 13 single women like Mary Wahu. Mary is a second-generation Kibera resident, and she says she is tired of the vicious cycle that comes with living in informal settlements.
Tumejengewa room 3, bedroom 2 na sitting room na kitchen na tank na bathroom na choo. Amefanya vizuri sana na tumefurahia sana.
The project, initiated by Turning Point Trust, is unlike most. The women have to go through a rigorous process before gaining ownership of the 1-acre plot in Kinangop. Upon moving into their new homes, the women must be taught the skills that they need by the farm manager. In the second phase, they move into their homes, and each single mother independently farms 1 acre of land, and the income earned goes to support her family. And the final stage is when the acre of land is handed over to each woman and her family.
Sisi tumefanikiwa kwanza. Mtu asikubali kuuza shamba. Hata kama unataka kurudia kusema maisha na ndalisafu ni vingumu. Kwa ni vingumu, sio kitu rahisi.
The women were living in deplorable conditions in Kibera's Mashimoni location, most having to share one room with 2 or 3 generations.
Nikaona maisha ni mazito, naye msichana akazaa mtoto. Naye mtoto wangu mimi naitwa Shushu. Niko na mtoto hapa. Naye niko kwa mamangu, naye anaitwa mamangu Shushu. Sasa unaona, nikaona hiyo tunaendelea kukaa pamoja na nyumba ni ile room moja. Unaona wengine wanatandika chini, wengine nikaona mimi hii maisha yako siwezi kufurahia tena kurudi Kibera.
The 13 women have already begun moving to the farm. Turning Point Trust hopes to continue such initiatives that will give more single women like Mary another chance, making a better life for themselves and their families. Catherine Omwando, KTN Saturday Night.